Lesson 4: Ways of approaching curriculum. 1. Curriculum as a content or body of knowledge. To equate a curriculum as a topic outline, subject matter, or concepts to be included in the syllabus or books. For example, a primary school mathematics curriculum consists of topics on addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, distance, weight, and many more. Another example, secondary school science that involves the study of biological science, environmental science, and earth science. If curriculum is equated as content, then the focus will be the body of knowledge to be transmitted to students using appropriate teaching method. There can be a likelihood that teaching will be limited to the acquisition of facts, concepts, and principles of the subject matter. However, the content or subject matter can also be taken as a means to an end. All curricula have content regardless of their design or models. The fund of knowledge is the repository of accumulated discoveries and inventions of man from the explorations of the earth and as products of research. In the most educational setting, curriculum is anchored on a body of knowledge or discipline. 4 ways of presenting the content in the curriculum. First, topical approach. Second, concept approach. Third, thematic approach. Fourth, modular approach. Topical approach, where much contents is based on knowledge and experiences are included. For example, if we include the topic water in the curriculum of the science of class 5th, then we must consist of all what is to be taught on this topic to the students of 5th standard. Concept approach, with fewer topics and clusters around major and sub-concepts and their interaction, with relatedness emphasized. For example, in a CBS classroom, students may study the big idea of change in a variety of areas, from patterns in mathematics, to civilizations in social studies, to life cycles in science. Thematic approach, as a combination of concepts that develops conceptual structures, it allows literacy to grow progressively, with vocabulary linked and with spelling and sentence writing being frequently, yet smoothly, reinforced. For example, Grade K National Curriculum Language Arts, First Weeks of School. Modular approach, leads to complete units of instruction, is an emerging trend educational thinking that shifts traditional method of instruction to an outcome-based learning paradigm. Module is a unit of work in a course of instruction that is virtually self-contained and a method of teaching that is based on the building up of skills and knowledge in discrete units. Therefore, a module is a course that together with other related courses can constitute a particular area of specialization. Criteria in the selection of content: significance, validity, utility, learnability, feasibility, interest. Significance: content should contribute to ideas, concepts, principles, and generalization that should attain the overall purpose of the curriculum. It is significant if content becomes the means of developing cognitive, affective, or psychomotor skills of the learner. As education is a way of preserving culture, content will be significant when this will address the cultural context of the learners. Validity: the authenticity of the subject matter forms its validity. Knowledge becomes obsolete with the fast-changing times. There is a need for validity check and verification at a regular interval, because content which may be valid in its original form may not continue to be valid in the current times. Utility: usefulness of the content in the curriculum is relative to the learners who are going to use these. Utility can be relative to time. It may have been useful in the past, but may not be useful now or in the future. Questions like, will I use this in my future job? Will it add meaning to my life as a lifelong learner? Or will the subject matter be useful in solving current concerns? Learnability: the complexity of the content should be within the range of experiences of the learners. This is based on the psychological principles of learning. Appropriate organization of content standards and sequencing of contents are 2 basic principles that would influence learnability. Feasibility: can the subject matter be learned within the time allowed, resources available, expertise of the teachers, and the nature of the learners? Are there contents of learning which can be learned beyond the formal teaching learning engagement? Are there opportunities provided to learn these? Interest: will the learners take interest in the content? Why? Are the contents meaningful? What value will the contents have in the present and future life to the learners? Interest is one of driving force for students to learn better. Guide in the selection of the content in the curriculum. Content is commonly used in the daily life. Content is appropriate to the maturity levels and abilities of the learners. Content is valuable in meeting the needs and competencies of the future career. Content is related to other subject fields or discipline for complementation and integration. Content is important in the transfer of learning in other disciplines.